Yeah, because you are like, thinking about how to spend money.
Not my money.
Not mine either.
All right, hey everyone, welcome back to the objective stream. I should have probably not done that. This
Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I haven't given the disclaimer yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm way ahead.
yeah,
So,
you're way ahead. Like you need to like dial that down a bit. All right, hey everyone, welcome back to the objective stream. My name is Nikhil, and in the bottom right corner of your screens, you have MC Kaiko, aka Anuj Deshpande.
with his shorts on the, if you carefully see,
Apparently,
no,
that's a new thing we are doing.
yeah,
Like MC Kaiko, like okay, fine. So that out of the way, a quick disclaimer: we have potty mouths, as you have already seen. So if you have sensitive hearing or kids around you, wear earphones, headphones, or turn off the stream completely. With that out of the way, what's been happening?
man, Apple's tanking.
Apple's tanking. Apple's tanking
It's
bad.
a sea of mistakes. I wouldn't say mistakes, but it's just like their policy, which was not very publicly discussed, is now being publicly discussed.
Like so, people are angry that Apple is choosing money over anything else, and so anyways, let's take a look at the article before I go too much into it. uh,
Well, I
so
just realized I'm looking at the wrong camera.
well, it happens when you have two cameras and you're
Yeah.
used to seeing two cameras.
Oh, you still haven't fixed that issue where you just throw me away.
No, I don't know why that happens. So see, if I come back here and then you're back, but if I move to anything else that is not OBS or Chrome, it just goes out.
Mm.
So I think the solution is another monitor, so I'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, but you do have plenty of monitors.
Hey, that was supposed to be a secret. Top secret.
Uh,
Alright, so coming into the article, Tim Cook's company wide memo on hkmap.live doesn't add up. We have this
oh, by the
from.
way, did you tweet?
Oh no, I did not. I will do that right away. You want to start off the topic while I do that?
Yeah, so essentially the thing is there's an app that protesters in Hong Kong were using. And so all of these protesters are pro democracy protesters who don't want a lot to do with the Chinese government. Now, that's a tricky situation because technically Hong Kong was handed over to China back in the 90s. But anyway, so forgetting the geopolitics, it's people against the government, so to speak, and there are mobile apps which help the protesters. The government is forcing Apple to take decisions which are not in the best interest of the protesters. So yeah, that's the thing. Now there are it's hello,
Yep.
mic check one, check two.
No, my mic was muted on
Okay.
purpose.
So yeah, so now the question is like, does Apple do what it's always done, which is do what the local government says, or does Apple take a stand and say like, even if this hurts our relation with the government, we are going to do what's right for the people, which is a very like, which is a very difficult stance to take because you can't take that. But then again, it's a tricky, sticky situation. So
Here's something very weird. Otherwise, on the whole situation, for some reason, I am unable to share the Daring Fireball link in
are
the
you
chat.
crazy?
So I'm gonna just try the bare domain without anything else, and there you go. So the bare domain works, but if it has the HK map live, I believe those are keywords. So those are being blocked from YouTube live chat.
Do you see the message that I posted?
No, like MC Kaiko has entered the building. That is the one I can read.
No, after that.
No, nothing on chat.
Okay, so I can't post links, right?
I don't think so. So I'm gonna try this link thing again.
Can you make me a moderator?
Oh yeah. Wait, why aren't you a moderator?
Like Thoser is, but I'm not.
Like that is weird. But then you've always been sitting next to me. Like this is relatively new for the whole.
Yeah, but it's still.
It's weird. I agree with you. So I'm just going to try HK map. Just HK map in the comments here. And HK map works. HK map live. That works. But the URL doesn't. So there's a very specific Daring Fireball URL which does not work. But if I just give the naked, if I just give the naked Daring Fireball thing, it works. I've taken a screenshot of this and I'm going to be posting it on Twitter.
Oh, wait, is it because. No. Okay. Seeing a copy of the. So when you. It's interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm a moderator.
Yeah.
Can I post stuff now? Edit and
Try.
Try and post stuff. It's rude. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, So coming back to this topic at hand, because we took a massive detour coming to this one. So John Gruber writes, I've seen a copy of Cook's company-wide memo and the copy reproduced here is accurate. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. Who has been in Hong Kong for weeks? Response. The first allegation is that the app was being used maliciously to target individual officers of violence. It follows up with saying that there's another one here. That the app aggregates reports from Telegram, Facebook, and other sources. It beggars believe that a campaign to target individual officers would use.
Please don't read the entire thing.
I'm not reading. I'm just bringing out snippets from there which are important. So what I'm trying to point out here is that although Apple and then officials on the other side are claiming that this is why the app was taken down, John Gruber points out the three reasons where none of this was documented, where every other use case of the app for which it was being legitimately used has been documented.
Yeah, so I don't think it's possible for Apple to tiptoe here. They have to.
No, there's no gray area here, unfortunately. For all parties involved, there is no gray area here. So you either have support from Apple or you don't. And in this case, not having support from Apple means a lot. Now, the good thing is that anyone who has already downloaded the app gets to keep it. It doesn't cease to, it doesn't stop working. It continues to work. You can still use it. But here's the thing.
Right.
Just so I'm playing devil's advocate here. Just because it has not been documented yet does not mean that it hasn't happened yet. Right? This is similar to the number of rape cases that have been registered in India. Just because, say, 1,000 rape cases have been registered does not mean that there have been only 1,000 rape cases in that area. A lot of the rape cases have gone unregistered or unreported. Sorry, not registered. The right word is reported here. So they have gone unreported. A similar situation in this case is that although it has not been documented, does not mean that it hasn't happened. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people in Hong Kong are using the app for legitimate reasons. However, there can be a few people who are not really, quote unquote, supporting the movement that is happening there, can be using it for malicious reasons or for just simply reasons to get the app blocked, which, if is the case, they have been successful. So there are not just like I was saying earlier, there's not just a white and black side and there's no gray area. There are multiple facets to this, and every avenue should have been explored. And given how quickly this action was taken, I don't think that was enough time for Apple to make a educated decision on the topic.
I don't think Apple wants to. Like, I don't think Apple, even if Apple could have the time to get lawyers working on it and all of that, I don't think Apple will. Because they have been very clear that they will follow local government laws. Now, the question is, what government law was Apple following?
Following here, yeah,
Because there does,
because
because there doesn't seems to be any public information about it.
no, and
In which
again,
case, it means that like Apple didn't go by the book. They just thought that regardless of if there is a law or not, if the government, if this person in the government is asking for me, like asking me to do something, I'll do that, something like that.
yep, seems like it also could be entirely possible that this was just a, I don't know if this is the right term, but just a gag order that Apple had to comply with.
So, so this is this social network called Gab,
Okay.
Gab.com,
Okay.
and it's one of those absolute freedom of speech things.
Okay.
And they get a lot of hate because there are like right wing extremists on that, so to speak. And yeah, there are people who might have extremely hateful or violent opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But Gab.com has a pretty straight policy that we will not censor your content.
Okay.
So Gab has always had trouble with app stores,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what they say is that, you know what, we will work with a couple of third-party apps if you
Mm-hmm.
want to use the app, but just use our website.
Okay.
So that's one of the solutions here. Because so it's just I'm just bringing a Gap.com because they are someone who have been in a similar situation time and again.
My question here for everyone is how censorable is IRC?
And I asked them, well, IRC has a it's not pretty problem.
Yeah, I mean, but in such situations, you really don't need something that is pretty because you're not going to be sending around stickers and emojis and whatnot. You're
I
going to be.
get that, but
But no, I completely understand what you're saying and I agree with it. All I'm saying is, if IRC is not really censorable, maybe that's a better route.
interesting.
Because again, then there is no one single party that has to run and offer these services.
True. So yeah. So now it's like a protocol level discussion. I think we're spending too much time
Too
on
much,
this one.
yeah, no, but it
Time.
is a topic like that.
It is a topic.
It is a topic like that.
It probably
So here's
doesn't
another
sound strange.
fun one where 6 times Apple gave, which has been linked in the chat.
Coreboot is for motherboards, basically. It aims to be one of those firmware things which a lot of people can use. And now there is a good.
What are you seeing this? This is
turn on reader mode.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like it wants to download a bunch of ad scripts, and I'm just like nope, nope, nope. And it just,
I think just most of the time just switching on reader.
Yeah, now we're good.
Fixes.
Now we're good.
Fixes it. But yeah, so 1676 is one of those Linux laptop and desktop vending ODMs, and yeah, they are now shipping their motherboards with for laptops at least. I think there are two models with Coreboot. Coreboot is a pretty interesting way. It's also I wouldn't say very new, but it's reasonably new when it comes to firmware. And it has big ambitions. It already works with a couple of Chromebooks and stuff. But basically, what you need to know is that this is one step closer to getting to true open source laptops.
So, figure me this. Has this existed when your Udo shipped?
Core boot? Yeah, I think.
Does Udo
But
use Core Boot?
no, I don't think so. No,
What could be the reason that they aren't?
I think it requires like time and effort to make your hardware work with Core boot.
Right. Okay.
I think that's the biggest
Gotcha.
consideration.
Okay. So then, what advantage would someone like me get by?
So it's I think 30% faster or something like that. So that's the claim.
At what?
It depends exact at boot times.
Hmm. And
That's one of the
yeah. Okay.
easily measurable
Yeah, but
advantages. But then it also means that uh, you'll be more or less immune to some of the stuff that Intel blobs were not immune to. So again, the advantage of closed source binary blobs, which are not as secure, and open source firmwares, which are much more secure because there are
right.
a lot more people looking at it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, then there's that advantage.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
it's like fast and secure boot. It's a combination of both.
Okay. Gotcha.
Naka, we have a guest on the stream today.
All right. So we finally get to have her on the stream.
Oh,
Is your camera shy? Your camera has moved.
hi.
Hello. Hi.
This is Dusky.
Hello.
Dusky, say hi.
So we are officially like every other tech live stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we also
I've
have a
never
dog.
seen a pet on a van shop.
What?
I haven't seen a pet on a van shop.
Hey, come on. Vansha is not the only tech live stream. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's the only
talking.
one I do watch.
Okay, so I was talking about Awesome Hardware by Paul and Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah, so Paul has two dogs, I believe. So they are frequent stars on the stream.
Interesting.
Dude, she looks a lot different now than when I had last seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what would look great on her?
Tell me.
A red scarf.
Red scarf. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Dude.
Okay.
Come on.
It will be arranged.
It shall be done. All right. So, coming back to the topic. So, you can get these laptops spec'd out with an i5 10210 or 10510U with
Yeah, so they're pretty
glare resistant
good
matte
laptops.
1080p IPS displays and can be decked up all the way to 32 gigabytes of RAM and 6 terabytes of storage with Thunderbolt and USB-C. So this is looking pretty good.
But yeah, so if you care about having a secure, much more secure and open and fast bootloader, then you'll care about this. And then you can check CodeBoot's website to find out if the motherboard that you have supports this, or then if you look for a vendor that will sell you a CodeBoot thing.
So I'm surprised Thoser is not in chat right now because I'm pretty sure he would have had to say something about open core that he's been raving on about. So yeah, because for a moment I was confused. Yeah, because for a moment I was confused if this is open core when I saw the URL, but I was like not sure. So yeah,
Right.
pretty good stuff. All right.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic. This one would be a quick one. So Dyson, which makes vacuum cleaners and who are generally good at motors and batteries related technologies. They were working on electric car project, and they had apparently promised an investment of what, 2 billion euros or something like that. And they had 500 people working on it, but now they've decided to can it. So they tried finding a seller for their electric car project, but they couldn't find projects.
So, in an email to Dyson employees obtained by the BBC, founder Sir James Dyson said that his company has tried to find a buyer for the project without success. In scrapping the division, Dyson is shutting down its EV facilities in the UK and Singapore. Okay, so there was another one in Singapore.
Oh yeah,
That's interesting.
They had,
Uh huh. Okay. So,
see, now you've cut me off again, but it's okay.
I can't help it. If I move to the Safari window, you get cut.
Anyways.
That is how it be. All right, so let's take a quick break for our sponsor.
We have a sponsor?
Yeah. Haven't you heard about them?
Nope.
Okay, so they are called Nobody, and their website is https://example.com. Go check them out. Really cool guys. Decked us out with beers and free electricity to run our electric vehicles. Really cool guys. We really love them. We appreciate. Thanks. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay.
I mean, Garib, I've yet to see the teardown of the new phones and watches. And here we are jumping right into the U1
as
chip.
is typical, has done their. They did the takedown with the new iPhones. They did some more because there's a new chipset and a new radio standard. So Decawave was a company that was already selling this. The UWB things. Okay, so my dog's got my headphones. Okay. So Decawave was doing this for a while. People speculated that Apple is just using Decawave's technology, but turns out that Apple did their own, which is interesting because now Apple are doing like quite a few radio chipsets on their own.
Yeah, so the only one that they aren't doing is the cellular modems, right?
I think so, yeah.
And I think they have probably even developed one at this point, but that they can't use it because
I think no, it's riddled with patents that.
Yeah, probably patents owned by Intel, Cisco, and Qualcomm. And not just
mostly
that,
Qualcomm.
But also the fact that they have probably a lot of orders, like back orders with Intel and Qualcomm for their phones. So until those are cleared out,
they are contractually obligated on a lot of these phones.
Yeah, so again, a lot of these purchasing contracts, long-term purchasing contracts, state that you can't develop and then just start using your own after the contract ends.
Right.
There has to be a gap.
And then there was the whole lawsuit, which might have made things a lot more harder.
Yeah. So
there's that.
Yeah. So even if Apple just stops, so this is how it works. You order for, say, you have a purchasing order for 2 years worth of supply, and then the buffer is a year. Okay.
Right.
Now for that year, what do you ship? Being at Apple scale, you can't just not ship anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be cool. That would be really cool for Apple and the whole for the environment thing that they do, where they just
I don't think that's an option. Then.
Yeah, but then the investors are going to be pretty pissed because there's nothing new to sell that year.
Yeah.
Right? So capitalism does not work there. So what do you do for that 1 year? So you buy from someone else and then you're obligated by their contract.
No, so you have to break the cycle. So like you have to have a generational jump because, for example, let's say we are working in 5G, right? So Qualcomm is going to have lots of claims about patents and IP infringement about 5G, right? But what comes after 5G, right? They don't have a lot of say in that, right? Because it's like a consortium of industries which kind of decide that. So if Apple gets there first, maybe they can have a say about it.
Okay, so they can go
it
like,
has to be a generation.
you don't
jump
have any
where-
chips
where
for
you
it,
switch.
so we just made it and we're going to start using it on that.
Yeah, something along that line.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you have to
that
like,
could work.
jump on the train before it reaches the station. So
Yeah, that could work. And again, about this U1 chip that Apple has in the new iPhones,
yeah.
it's not being used for anything yet. And for whatever
so
it's.
it promises to use it for better airdrop. I think that's there already. I'm not sure if it's enabled in the 13.2.
Better
Really?
airdrop how? Okay, so amongst
Okay,
iPhone
so
11s.
directional airdrop. So I'll point it
Yeah,
at you.
Okay. So amongst iPhone 11s, I was for some reason thinking about.
No. I think you'll definitely need
So
a
even
supported chip. So
so even on the receiving end, there has to be a U1 chip broadcasting something.
because this is not something that works with 802.11 or anything.
Yeah, so it's so think about it like its own.
So it works
own
on
world.
900 megahertz.
Yeah, so it's its own world in there. So so this is what you're referring to is between these iPhone 11 models, and for some reason I was in my head wondering how it's going to work with, say, something like a MacBook Pro or something like that, because it clearly wouldn't. All right, so we don't have anything yet. There are rumored Apple. What are they being called right now? Tags.
Tags, yeah.
Yeah, Apple
Location
tags. Yeah, which you can just put on anything. And
Tracker tag.
And you can track that. What's cool about Apple is that because it does not emit any kind of how do I put this? Long wavelength frequency. Is that right?
Okay.
Is that right?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so where I'm going with this is like if you put it on your cat, and your cat runs away, say like a mile and a half, right?
Yeah, so
you wouldn't
for
be
that
able
you
to find
need,
that cat.
iPhones around that cat.
Yeah, but if you have other iPhones around that cat, which
so other iPhones around that cat, so
which
it's just like
grab that signal, you will get a notification that hey, your cat is found at this particular location.
Yeah, but they don't need the new chip for that. They could be doing that with the. They could be doing that with older ones as well, because the Find My Phone feature is going to come to all of the older devices which do support Bluetooth Low Energy.
So this works with. So what you're saying is that the Apple tags would work with BLE as well as the U1 chip.
They could potentially. They could.
Okay.
It's not. We don't know that for it. That,
right.
That,
for a moment that it does not ship with Bluetooth Low Energy. So it means that there have to be people around that cat with iPhone 11s.
iPhone 11s.
So that is a pretty tall order, especially
that's
in
a
India.
pretty harsh requirement. That's why I think the tags would be Bluetooth Low Energy. Probably a combination of both. I'm not sure. It could be done.
So for this to make sense in something like, say, San Francisco or Los Angeles or New York or any of these bigger American cities, I mean, I can see how it works. Because
it's probably an urban thing more than anything.
No, but not just
but
that.
Then Apple could probably also make devices that you could place on your farm to extend coverage, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't see Apple doing that.
Maybe not.
I don't see Apple doing that one bit. But here's my problem. So you can't really have this in a place somewhere like Pune or Lonavala.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, so I don't see a lot of. I still haven't seen a lot of iPhone 11s right now.
A closed, gated society.
All right.
A gated community. In that case, it makes sense.
But you still expect everyone in that gated community to at least have an iPhone 11.
Not everyone, but enough people.
How much is enough? And how far away should the next person be for this to work?
Okay, so you should watch the first episode of season 4, Mr. Robot. Now I'm jumping segments, but Mr. Robot season 4 episode watch 1, which came this weekend, Sunday, has this.
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
It's not a spoiler, but it's
Okay.
just one of those things that they kind of show.
oh, all right, cool. So that is getting added to my watch
So
list.
that was an unnecessary jump into our what are we watching segment.
Yeah, so we will come to that. We'll come to that.
I'll return to that.
Yeah, we'll return to that. But before that, we have a very exciting news about a 65 watt
Oh,
charging
man, what
phone
is going
from
on here?
Oppo. It's called the Oppo Reno Ace with a 90 Hz AMOLED 6.5 inch HDR10 plus display with 65 watt charge. Okay, so
So,
if you remember from what
the screen
yeah,
and the charging.
yeah. So if you remember
But
from
Chinmay Tosar has a very valid question here.
can it jumpstart a car?
But I think
If you remember in our yeah. I mean, it's dropping in
got a
quality up and
notification
down.
saying
It's
live
dropping in quality, but discussion
so-
from the
so
pre-stream.
frame drops.
Yeah. There are a bunch of frame drops because of network issues on, I guess, my end. Okay, so a quick reminder from our discussion from last week, where I was asking what makes a smartphone smart, right? And a
Okay.
90 Hz AMOLED
Oh, yeah.
6.5 inch HDR10 plus display with 65 watts. This is where marketing is right now for smartphones. Right? They
Yeah,
aren't
so
even
it's like-
see. So here's the thing.
Do you want a desktop in your front pocket?
So
Because 12, what? This is like 12 gigabytes of RAM?
I doubt it. It's Oppo,
It's
so I'm
something like
guessing 8. I'm just
No, I
going
think
to
it was the
search.
OnePlus 70 which had 12 gigabytes. Anyways,
No, it
So
is
this is
8.
probably
It is 8
8.
and 12. So it is 8
Yeah,
and
12,
12. And
8 and 12.
yeah, no, but here's the thing, right? They aren't even talking about the 4 cameras on the back of this yet.
Fair enough.
Oh
Let's
God.
look this-
Oh God. Excuse you.
Excuse me.
You're on a live stream, kid.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at the specs and I was like, 12 gigabytes. I have laptops which have less.
My laptop has less.
Yeah, I think you're rocking 8 gigabytes.
8
on your
gigabytes.
MacBook.
Yeah. So like, okay, so I have the spec sheet on screen and there are 3 SoC options. What? No, one SoC option. My bad. So the 855 plus, you get the Adreno 640 as the GPU, 8 or 12 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, so 75 Hz AMOLED display with a Delta E, which is under 3, not bad on a phone. Not bad actually overall.
Oh, the iPhone 11 is what, 3 gigabytes?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm surprised it's not 4. I'm surprised 4 is not. Okay, so let's discuss that once we are done with this phone, because I have some
Well,
very strong
So
opinions.
saying that there are still issues with this.
Yeah. So I'm not. No. Tosar, the flickering. Yeah, you should expect that when using Chrome with anything nowadays. So yeah, just please, sorry, expect that though. Okay, so I mean, apart from that, I mean, there is nothing that I can see which makes this phone stand out, and it's 3200 RMB.
No, I think it's just a show off phone. Like, it's one of those pushing limits phone. Like, let's see how
and
far we can go.
there's a
I'm
Gundam
interested about
edition.
the screen though. That.
There's a
opens up
Gundam
quite a
edition
lot
of the phone.
possibilities, but that means that it's going to overheat like crazy as well.
Okay, so it's not like the battery is some 8,000 or 10,000 milliamp hour. It's a
Well, it
4,000
must be
milliamp
4,000.
hour. Yeah. So why do you need 65 watt charging for this? Just why?
No, that's just fast charging. Like, so like in 5 minutes you'll get 2 hours, something like that.
Yeah, but I wonder when people realize that charging these batteries faster reduces their life expectancy.
Man, that just straight up came into the stream, said good night, and went away. It's beautiful.
Hashtag आपला असं आहे.
Applause, yes, sir. I think I forgot to mention that I'm going to be on the stream because like if I'm not at your house, I don't think the stream is happening.
Happening,
technically,
yeah.
but then-
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they would think that.
yeah. So right now, like, just good night.
I'm wondering where the comparison link is. Let me just find that. Anyways, in the meantime, no, wait, hold on. Where is that comparison section Apple has? I know Apple has okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm bringing this up on screen. Okay, so we are in the comparison section between the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro.
Did it
Cameras,
bring up the?
yada.
I don't think they bring up the RAM or anything.
No. But I'm bringing up a bigger issue. So the capacities available on the iPhone 11 are 64, 128, and 256. On the 11 Pro, they are 64, 256, and 512.
Interesting.
Why is 64 gigabytes still an option on the
for
11
folks like
Pro?
me.
On
I
the
don't need-
no, on the 11 Pro, when
Yeah, I
your
don't
biggest
think a lot
selling
of people
feature.
need it.
No. See, here's the
Why?
thing. The biggest selling feature, according to Apple, on the iPhone 11 Pro are the cameras. And
Okay.
they even, I don't remember if this was in the stream on stage or if this was like, in the demo area, but a lot of people, like a lot of Apple people were talking about using halide to take photos so that you get better quality out of, you get the full use of these 3 new cameras that you're getting with your new phone. And 64 GB ain't it, chief? I mean, that's not going to last you a long time with raw photos. So if that is the intended use case, just make 128 gigabytes at least the default on the 11 Pro. And then move up like 128, 256, 512 makes sense. 64, 128, 256 on the iPhone 11, it makes sense. Because honestly, even for someone like me, you said for someone like yourself, even for me, anything higher does not make sense, right? So the 11 Pro is not a very sensible phone for me because I don't want to do a lot of photography on my phone, but I do want an ultra wide camera and a normal a wide lens camera with an OLED screen. I want that OLED screen, but I do not necessarily need a very high-end triple camera system on my iPhone. So now I have to fall back to the iPhone 11, but not get an OLED display or pay the $300 extra to get the OLED display.
Interesting. But this is like power user stuff.
Yeah, so for $300, I mean, I get a lot more. I get the triple camera system and a stainless steel body and much superior finish on the phone and an OLED display. So at least make 128 gigabytes the default.
I don't know. It's just a matter of time before Apple does that. Like, I'm sure at some point 16 was the minimum.
Yeah, but
And it was
in
32,
that
then 64.
age and day, it made sense. Because
I think I'm still not sure it makes sense right now.
Because see,
Like,
in that day
I
and
can
age,
get why 32 to 64 jump happened. It doesn't really matter to me, but
see,
I don't
honestly,
think
I'm good with 64 gigabytes because whatever photos I shoot on my phone, very rarely do I open halide to shoot them in RAW. Most of them are shot using the stock camera app, and because of that, iCloud photo library kicks in and the photos are not large files, so they get backed up to iCloud quickly and they get synced
Right.
across my devices very quickly. I can't imagine doing that for 300 raw photos, excuse me, which I had to do when I was traveling in Norway. Luckily for me, Norway has excellent internet speeds on cellular and in and like with hotel Wi-Fi, so that was pretty kick-ass. So it worked out in that scenario, but there is no guarantee that it'll work in every single situation for me.
Hmm.
All right, so thank you for listening to me. All right, so for the last topic of the day, we have Singapore becoming the first country to ban ads on sugary drinks. So kudos to Singapore on
How
that.
did okay? Why is this on our stream?
No, I just found it to be pretty cool for someone to do. So I just wanted to bring it in
Who's
there.
banning ads on sugary drinks?
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool thing.
I
Like
mean,
like
again,
imagine.
like this
Okay,
question about
okay. See, Anuj.
Gab.com or
No, no, no,
someone else.
no,
Like
no,
what
no,
kind
no.
of
Anuj, see, you have an option. You either have to watch ads that go drink like this or not
Right.
watch that ad. Which one would you pick?
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, so I think this is something that I read a while ago. I'm not entirely sure if it was MIT or what institution it was, but they tried uh, a lot of rules and regulations about cigarette smoking on campus.
Right.
And people typically always found ways around it, but then they did a study in which they did a lot more education on campus, and then they saw the cigarette smoking rates drop. So laws don't necessarily help, is what I'm trying to say. Education is a much more safer long-term bet than laws.
By education, you mean awareness.
Education, our people are usually aware if a thing is good or bad. Education is being more systematically aware about it.
Okay, okay, I see where you're going with that. All
Awareness
right,
is
yep.
like you telling me, like,
Hey, there's
don't
a
jump off a
particular.
building.
Yeah.
But education is you telling me that okay, you weigh so much, and then you're going to hit the ground with this much force, and your bones are so much dense, and that's why they will crack. Right. So that's education. Awareness is if I jump, I'll get hurt.
Yeah,
Education is probably a lot more nuanced. Like it goes into the details.
yeah. So I was going
So
to
I
go
think
with a different example, and let's just say that your example sounds a lot more sane. Let's leave
what
it at
was your
that. No,
okay?
never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. We try to be a family friendly stream.
Well, okay.
But hey, kudos to Singapore on taking
Yeah,
this
no, it's
first step.
definitely affirmative action. I'm just not sure about how long-term the effects of it will be.
Hey, I mean, if anyone should be happy someone else is banning something for a change, it should be us.
Okay, so Chinmay sir has an excellent point.
Yep.
Anuj Beard is acting like a condenser for the AirPod. Hey man, that's how I roll. Like this is where human augmentation, like humans augmenting into technology, the whole singularity concept. This is that where my body is an extension for technology.
MC
That's why I have
Kaiko
this
and
beard.
Logic has left the chat.
Logic has left the chat. No, but like, why does it have to be my hand with RFID chip to be cyberpunk? Like this is cyberpunk too. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass now. I think.
Into your condenser, bearded condenser mic.
Moving on to our next and final segment. What
Are
are
we
we watching?
watching? So for after a long time, we have for the first time some very detailed, okay, not detailed note, at least a list for the what are we
Yeah.
watching segment. So
Okay, so I talked about this earlier. I'm watching Mr. Robot. So every week there's going to be a new episode. There are 13 episodes, and this is the last season. And the first episode blew my mind. It blew a lot of minds all around the internet. It was damn good, man, damn good, and especially for people who are like hardcore fans of the show, which most people who watch the show are. Like there was a shot in which the creator of the show, who made a cameo appearance, like looks into the camera and says something which was pretty dope.
So you're
So
not gonna
that I
tell
won't.
us what he says.
No, you'll have to watch the show.
Ah, damn it. All right. Because I have, I believe, the last three or last four episodes of the previous season pending. So I
Okay.
got to cover those
Okay.
first before I jump into four. And I'm going to kind of be I don't know what the word here is, but I'm just going to wait this season out and watch all of
Right,
them
and then watch
together.
it together. Makes
Yeah.
sense because yeah, it's going to be like 13 weeks of hell for me
Yeah.
because of yeah, it's like
So I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to end up doing that.
yeah. Also, the episode names for this season are HTTP error code, so like HTTP 401, 402 something.
Oh.
So 401 just happened, and it was like not found or something like that.
Unauthorized.
Yeah, unauthorized.
Right. So I'm guessing like the last episode is gonna be like 201.
I think it's going to be 413 probably. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't wait. 413 is not used.
No, it exists. I'm sure.
Like yeah, but it's like open for interpretation.
No, it's like payload too large. HTTP 413 is payload too large.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the episodes are like 401 unauthorized, 402 payment required, 403 forbidden
Right.
error. It's,
Right.
it's like nerd heaven. Man.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
nerd heaven.
Totally. All right. So Mr. Robert. Okay. Now let's get to the meats and bones here. El Camino.
What?
El Camino. Let's talk about
El
that.
Camino. Oh my. So El Camino is the Breaking Bad movie, and it starts off where Breaking Bad ended, and then it's like, wow.
Like
So
man,
it's like
Jesse Pinkman
it's
went
nice.
through
Jesse
some
Pinkman,
shit after
Jesse
that.
Pinkman in the building, and I don't want to spoil it a lot, but it's basically a bunch of flashbacks from the previous days, mixed in with current events. That's current events meaning Jesse Pinkman escaping.
So I just want to quickly
Okay.
put this out there that the editing for the movie is
Oh man,
so brilliantly
it's
done.
next level, next level.
So
It's
you
next level.
so it had me there for a good minute when a very famous character from the show just enters the
Yeah.
scene in the third act, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what the just happened? And
yeah.
I'm trying to scratch my head, trying to remember how the show ended, and I'm pretty sure that character died in the finale of that show. I mean, at this point, I don't know who's watched how much, so I'm trying to
Yeah.
be as nondescript as. So, I'm sitting there scratching my head, wondering what the shit just happened, and then it
Then
took
you realize
like
that
a
it's
minute later. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
this is a flashback. This is from season 2. All right, now it all makes sense. Wait, season 2 or season 1? So somewhere around there, season 1 or season 2. When you watch the movie, you'll get to know. A good idea is to watch the last 2 seasons of the show before you watch the
Oh,
movie.
there's an official what happened in Breaking Bad. It's a pretty big video, I think 10 12 minutes.
Okay.
On Netflix YouTube channel, among other places.
All right, so go watch that
So
instead.
it's like the official summary of what
Yeah,
happened in
so go watch that. That's out there. That's a thing. Go check it out.
Man, but this shit was fine.
This was, I mean, this was a much,
stuff.
and it coming in on a Friday in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
perfect, absolutely perfect.
Good times, good times.
Good times, absolutely. All right, moving on. You have Mad Men in the list. Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I've started watching that. I think I'm on the second season.
All right.
I don't know. I just wanted to kind of understand the advertising world, but then I realized that it's not exactly a lot about that, but
Yeah.
somewhat about that.
Yep.
So
The
Mad
very
Men,
reason why
it's okay.
that show never stuck to
it's-
me. Like I watched 3 episodes, I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. I moved on.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I'm watching. I'm not a big fan of it as yet.
All right, all right. I hear it gets better, but you have to be kind
Fingers
of
crossed. Yeah. How many
interested.
seasons is it?
I think 7 or 8.
Oh man, I don't want to make that kind of comment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because
Oh god, it's got 92 episodes.
so here's the thing. I started watching I heard about the show for the first time just a week after its finale aired. And I'm like, okay, it has lasted for these many years. Let's give it a shot. It probably is good. If someone would have told me that The Big Bang Theory would have lasted 12 seasons,
Yeah.
I mean, that if someone would have told me that Friends would have lasted more than 3 seasons. All right, risky business, thin ice out there.
Yeah,
All right,
thin ice,
so
very thin ice.
Section 4. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I found this guy called Scott Calloway, and he's like a professor, teaches business at NYU, if I'm not wrong, and he's doing some pretty interesting videos.
So I'm gonna share his. You have his website in there, but I want to go ahead and share the YouTube channel link if that's okay with you.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
All right, so the YouTube channel link is in the chat. Go check it out if you're interested in stuff about WeWork, Slack, how they run their businesses, their IPOs, failures, and successes. He's got them all. Pretty cool videos, and his style. I like the style of his videos and his thumbnails.
Yeah, I love. Yeah.
I loved the thumbnails on his channel, and
Pretty consistent.
very consistent. It has a very nice style, which is black and white with a single color in them. Very eye grabbing. So even if you're scrolling through your feed, your eye is just going to be immediately gravitating towards it, because it's just very different and not this hodgepodge of 10,000 colors in a single image.
Yeah. And short videos, dense videos.
Very dense. So these are probably when I've watched his first video, I had to actually play it at 0.75 speed for me to get used to his speaking
style.
tempo and his accent.
Yeah.
And then I could play it normal and then 1.25. So once I hit 1.25, it was like I was able to go through his videos pretty quickly, and they are pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty dope stuff.
Yeah, I did not know until like right now when you mentioned that he's a professor at NYU.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff. That's cool stuff. I want more professors from colleges like these to just start making
Yeah, I
YouTube
think
channels and just
books are evolving.
no. So I just want them to be like on YouTube and just like whenever they
No,
have
like,
free time.
Typically,
Just
a professor would write a book. Professors are now doing YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
That was the point I was trying to make.
yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely no. So what I'm trying to say is just come online on YouTube. Either pre-record a video or just do a live stream, and perhaps turn off live chat, because it would make more sense to not have live chat for academically oriented live streams. I'm not sure. I do it your way, do it your style. But more and more such people need to come online on YouTube.
Definitely.
I would watch the shit out of it.
So today I saw a tweet which said that university degrees are the new taxi medallions.
I'm sorry, I don't get it.
So taxi medallions is what Uber wanted to kill, and they have been successful at that.
Okay.
Taxi medallions are those badges that you need to pay for.
Right. Okay. Taxi driver registration kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay, got it.
So that now.
Okay, your stream dropped for a quick bit there.
So it's an archaic system which is more or less dead now.
Yep.
Because Uber killed it.
Yep.
So university degrees are the new taxi medallions, means that maybe they are overrated, so to speak.
Hey, we just need more academics coming on YouTube or whatever streaming service they choose. Make it happen.
Then if academics are on YouTube, why would you be in college?
Hey, I mean, if that's how we're gonna make sure the student debts, loan
Oh, yeah,
debts go
yeah.
down.
If student debts are your goal, then that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, mm,
That totally makes sense.
yeah.
You need someone driving the economy.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, sorry. I know we don't do politics here, but
Yeah.
one for Bernie's.
Yeah.
All right. On my end,
On that,
no.
I want to end on that disappointment.
Hey, come on. How is one for Bernie not disappoint? How is that disappointing?
No, it's not disappointing. It's the politics aspect.
Come on. Bernie politics is never disappointing.
Should win something.
Hey, if you aren't watching Titans yet, you should definitely get started on that.
Okay.
Have you?
No, you have to.
Okay. Then Doom Patrol.
Nope.
Okay. Have you watched Agents of Shield?
No.
Have you watched Flash?
I'm not very big on superhero. Like I watched Daredevil, I watched Punisher, and that's
Dude, we need to end the stream because we haven't watched The Joker yet, and that is a disappointing note to end on.
fuck.
And we need to go book tickets for
Peak
that.
disappointment.
Yes, that is peak disappointment. All right, guys, time to sign off on that disappointment. We'll see you next week, and we will have you a spoiler riddled review of The Joker. So tune in at your own discretion.
Fingers crossed.
All right, everyone, you all have a good day, a good night. We'll see you the next time. Cheers.